Okay, cool. We're started. The recording has started. And again, we will be posting this in your back office so you can view it later. But my background, I'm a business owner, but I really love sales, and most people have a misconception of sales. Most people don't think they like to sell, but the reality is we all sell. I mean, when your kids are growing up, or when your kids are little, you're selling them on being good. You're selling them on studying. You're selling them to go out for sports. So you're always selling. When you're courting somebody, you're selling them to like you. And so the challenge within network marketing is people get a conceptual problem of selling because they look at the closers. And so what I want to do tonight is I'm going to talk about a strategy called sift, sort, and sell, in contrast to the convince and close. And nobody wants to be closed. Nobody wants to be convinced. The old saying, a person against their will is of the same opinion still. And so what happens a lot of times is that most people are not taught how to sell. So what happens is they come out convincing. They think they're selling, but they're not. They're convincing. Professionals don't convince. Professionals sort. And so I want to talk about how to sift, sort, and to actually build your home-based business the fun way, the smart way. It's actually a whole lot easier when you do it this way than if you actually have to go off and work hard. And the first thing you want to do is you want to get a good understanding what selling is. Selling is nothing more than a transference of a feeling. Okay? Understand that selling is a transference of a feeling. It's not an intellectual exchange. Okay? It's once I can transfer my feeling to you, I've sold you. Okay? And that's all selling is. And so the first challenge that we have within the home-based business industry is most people don't yet have the feeling. It's kind of like you can't infect somebody with a cold unless you first have a cold. And so the first thing I kind of like to do with people is I like to help them understand, if you can believe this in your heart that this can work for you, if you can have an expectation of an accomplishment, and then you can have a believable plan of achievement, okay, you can all of a sudden you can start to believe this will work for you, and all of a sudden you can start to feel that this will work for you. And once you start to feel it, then you can transfer that feeling to someone else, but you can't transfer it unless you first have it. Now, today, because of technology, because of the internet and webinars like what we're doing right now, and capture pages, landing pages, and sales pages and funnels, we have a lot of technology that we can utilize. But the reality is you have to learn how to use these tools to sift and sort. You still have to sell. Okay, you still got to figure out how to sell. And again, transference of a feeling is sales. Okay, hold on one second, guys. I got an audio portion too.
All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
What I do, guys, too, for people who don't have access to the internet, we do an audio portion that they can kind of plug into and listen. And again, I'm trying to think where I was going with this. It'll come back to me. You can tell I'm in my 50s now. I have a hard time remembering what I was talking about. Let's see. Can anybody remember? In the chat area, guys, if you can give me a chat what I was talking about, that'd be great. Transfer, feeling, intellectual exchange. People don't like to sell. Yep, exactly. Well, they don't like to sell, and there was probably something I was going with, but it'll come to me as I'm going here. So the purpose of this is teach you how to sift and sort. I got it. We use all these tools out there, technology, capture pages, landing pages, sales funnels. We're thinking that this is going to be your key to success. Well, what those are key at doing is sifting and sorting. Okay? Once you can understand how to use these tools properly to sift and sort, you still have to sell. You still got to get down and interact with that new person. You got to bond and develop a rapport with them. And just like, for example, John's on the broadcast right now, and John and I has had a chance to build a relationship over the phone. And so what happens is that my goal every time I communicate and interacting with John is I want to transfer my feeling to want him to catch what I've got. And what happens is once I can infect Ja, and then Ja can take my infection and transfer it to other people. Okay, now, so here's where most people have a misconception of network marketing, home-based business, internet marketing, however you want to say it. They think they can get rich just by a good capture page, just by having a good sales funnel, just by having some systems that they put together. Okay, all those systems will help you sift and sort. You have to learn to sell. And if you don't learn to sell, then here's what happens. It's a revolving door. You sift them, you sort them, you get them in, and they quit. So it's sift, sort, and quit. It's sift, sort, and quit. Sift, sort, and sell. What's the definition of selling? It's a transference of a feeling. Once you have transferred your feeling to another person, you've infected them, and then they stay. They stay because you have helped them become a better person. And what's cool is I learned as much from talking with other successful people. Like John and I communicate a lot, so he gives me some information. Oh, that's good stuff. So he kind of infects me too. And so what happens is, as you start building this team, you start realizing that this is fun. We're not out trying to change anybody. We're not out trying to convince anybody. We're looking for people who are looking. Okay. In fact, a phone call last week, this guy calls me up and he was complaining because the girl that he met via the internet, okay, a sift and a sort, and met her, got on the phone with her. Well, she didn't know anything, and so he was critical of her. And I said, dude, look how exciting this is. This girl who doesn't know anything about this can connect you to the people who do know, so you have how big you can build, because you've got this system that connects people who know. Okay, and so I said, what you want to do is just spend $6 and get a spot. Well, he didn't spend $6 and get a spot. He called me up a couple of days later and complained about something else. And then he complained about something else. Well, today he called up about something else. I called him up. I told him, I said, I just don't think this is for you. To be quite honest with you, I don't want you to get in. Because I don't need any more problems. I don't need to have people looking to me to make them successful. And so see, because I sift and sort, and then when I find the people who are qualified, then I transfer my feeling to them, and that's sell. Getting in, then all I got to do is teach them how to sift and sort to sell. Sift and sort to sell. Sift and sort to sell. How do you sift and sort? What I like to do is I like to use a blog. Okay, I like to post stuff. In fact, I just posted something. My wife posted something on Facebook I thought was kind of cute. It was a little picture of the guys from Norm and Cheers, and they're drinking beer at the bar, and Norm's talking about the herd of the buffalo. Okay, the herd can only go as fast as the slowest buffalo, and so when the Indians and stuff went up and attacked the buffalo herd, they always took the buffalo from the back of the herd. It actually helped the herd. So by getting the herd could actually get faster. Then, of course, Norm was equating that to drinking beer. That when you drink beer, the brain cells die, but only the slow ones die. So you think better, and that's why you have all these great ideas when you're drinking beer. Now, it was kind of cute, and I said, I posted it. But as I got thinking about it, something. So look at our organization. Our organization will only go as fast as the baggage people. Okay, and again, I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying it's like I'm fired up. I want to make dust. I don't want to eat dust. So I'm in the trenches. I'm making this thing happen. I'm talking. I'm preaching. I'm going. Then all of a sudden, people call you up, and they got all this baggage. They got all this problem. You know what? We're just better off, get rid of those those buffalo in the back of the herd, so the herd can go quicker. I used to own a practice management company, and one of the things we taught the docs is about every 3 years, 2 or 3 years, you need to go through and you need to purge out your bad patients. You need to make sure you have only good patients in your clinic. And I can't remember the guy's name. Jack Welch was the CEO of General Electric in their heydays. I mean, this was like the best company in the world. And you know what his program or as management. At the end of every year, they took the bottom 10% of all the employees and they fired them. So the reality was they got rid of the slow buffalo. They got rid of the slow herd so the group could grow quicker. Once you start to realize this is fun, I don't have to deal with the negative people. Okay? If someone calls up and complains, my attitude is, okay, why did you call? What did you want? What can I help you with? If all you want to do is complain, I'm not interested. I'm not interested because I can't transfer my feeling to you, because all you want to do is you want to transfer your feeling to me. And just realize if someone's calling up and complaining and that's all they do, they really want to transfer their feeling to you. They want to bring you down, because by bringing you down, they actually think they go up. So be very cautious and just realize you can never keep unhappy people happy. It's impossible. You've got to realize happy people are happy. It's like when things don't go right with me, I get excited. You know why? Because I realize the average person their thumb and do nothing. So I can actually take what's happening in my life and get fired up and charge on and realize that that success is just around the corner. So when you sift, sort, and sell, just realize you have to have the feeling. You've got to be infected. You've got to be contagious. You've got to have the dream inside of you for you to put in somebody else. If you don't have the dream, then what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out how to analytically build a business. And sales is a transference of a feeling. It's not an intellectual exchange. And that's why these people that they're trying to figure out how to structure capture pages, and they look at the analytics, and all that stuff is good and sorting, but it doesn't produce long-term effects. It doesn't produce long-term business. And so the goal in network marketing, if you really look at the numbers on this, you don't need a lot of people to make a lot of money. Okay? Do you realize that 4 good people can change your life? Okay? 4 people fit the profile for what you're looking for, so you sift, sort, and sell looking for the 4. Now, and this is important. We just talked to a gentleman who's got a large organization in a different network marketing company, and he likes our capture page system, so he wants to use our capture page as a tool that can help him build his business. So we lowered the threshold for active status. So for only $12.50, you can be an active member. But don't think that's going to be the catalyst for your success. Okay, we just lowered that threshold so we had the mechanism in place that could help somebody build their business, which is obviously going to create more business for their line of sponsorship and the people who bring that person in as well. But taking that from an attitude, okay. What I do, and here's how I do it. I post on blog. I write stories. Like, for example, the reason I tell you about that Buffalo story is I'm going to write that story, and I'm going to post it on my blog, and then I'll share it with my friends. My friends will share it with their friends, and their friends will share it with their friends. In fact, I just had somebody join from out in the Philippines or Indonesia, okay, just boom, hit my blog and joined, okay, and so I share them on the blog. Traffic comes in. I got ads off on the right. One of those ads on the right says, "Hey, listen, why don't you test drive it before you buy it? Go ahead and spend $6. We'll give you Travel Club." Boom, they get in, and what happens is, and then it takes them to another presentation. It says, you got 6 months or 3 months to kick the tires, make sure you want to do this. But you know what? It might make sense to activate right away, because if you activate right away, number one, you accumulate volume, and you won't accumulate volume till you at least activate. And if you're not, you also don't get into the fast cash that comes in from the $6 offers that are out there, plus the fast starts that come in from the activation. So all of a sudden, you got people pulling the trigger for $12.50. Which generates some fast cash. And then after they pull the trigger for the $12.50, then we give them an offer to buy some products in quantity at wholesale price that they don't have to buy. But basically at wholesale pricing at small quantities. But here's the key thing: is now I got somebody that goes into my back office. They're in my holding tank. I can call them up and I can say, "Hey, Joe, this is Jeff. I see you just joined the team. What I'll do, I'm going to sell them. Sifted them and sorted them. Now I've got a qualified prospect that I can call up and sell. I don't have to convince them. What I'm doing is I'm transferring my feeling to them. I'm going to find out you got a dream in your heart that you can't get. You want to partner up and work with me? We'll lock arms. We'll go get this thing done. We only need to get 4 good ones. 4 good ones. Just realize good ones can change your life. And so somebody comes in for $6. Some of them, upgrade, spend the $12.50, and then I get on the phone with them. When I get on the phone with them, here's what I tell them. I'll take my time, I'll take my money, I'll take my resources, I'll take my expertise to help you get that dream that we've already talked about. It's because I've got the dream. I know what I get. I find out what they want to get. Most people don't know what they want until somebody tells them what they can get. I mean, do you realize that until you actually go off and sit in a 500 SL Mercedes, you don't know how cool that car is? Until you actually go off and you actually fly in a private jet, you don't know how cool that is. So one of the things that you do is to infect, transfer the feeling to people is you got to let them know what's potential that's out there, that they can get these dreams. You know how cool, just tell them how cool it is when you can put a swimming pool in the backyard, or when you can go off and you can get a lake home, or you can go off and take the whole family down to Disney World and spend a week, and you can stay at the Polynesian Village, or you can stay at one of the resorts and walk away with $30,000 price tag for the week, and you could write out a check and have the cash in the bank to cover it. How cool is that? I mean, how cool is it to be able to do everything first class? So when you transfer that to the person, I say, I'll take my time, I'll take my money, I'll take my resources, and I'll take all my expertise to help you accomplish that dream and that goal. you're willing to do three things, provided number one, you're going to follow the pattern that I put together. Okay? And one of the reasons I like using blogging is because most of my friends don't want to contact their friends. You know why? Because I don't want to contact my friends either. Most of my friends, most of my relatives, most of my neighbors, most of everybody that I know doesn't want to contact their warmonger. So when you have a system, you have a pattern that can help you expose this without having to put at risk personal relationships. All of a sudden, it's a cool concept. So I tell them, hey, I want you to follow the system I put together, but pattern I put together for exposure so we can organic traffic that can convert. And then the next thing is you need to plug into our self-development system that can help you with your attitude, your self-image, and your belief, because you'll never do more than who you are inside. Your identity will determine your role performance. So rather than go off and try to work and hone your let's do this. Let's go off and let's work on the inside out. Let's become who we need to become inside, so then we can depict it on the outside. So we've got stuff I'd like you to read on a daily basis, stuff I'd like you to listen to on a daily basis. I want you to plug into successful people. Are you willing to do that? And then the third thing is, are you willing to spend $75 a month on products? Now, you'll probably find out the blogging system might cost you $25, $30, $40, $50 a month. To get plugged into a self-development system might cost you, maybe $50, $60, $100 a month. And of course, the products might cost you $75 a month. That's the one I'm looking for. I'm sifting and sorting, looking for that person says, you got a deal. Let's make a deal. I will follow your pattern. I will plug into your system. I'll commit to the products. It's maybe $250 a month. That's the one I'm looking for. I partner with them. Then I say, let's have some fun with this. Let's sift and sort to sell. Let's go off and get you your 4. Now, what happens if someone and they say, well, I just don't know if I'm willing to commit to that. No problem. Then you take this at a pace that you're comfortable with. If you just want to get in and you just kind of want to watch, then you just watch. If you want to come in and you just want to you want to do it, but maybe a little bit later, that's okay. Okay? Or if you want to come in and you just want to poke it with a stick, that's okay. You came in for $6. And if you're not willing to spend $12.50 to activate your position and set up an auto ship, then my attitude is, okay, then this probably isn't for you, because if you can't afford $18.50 to put into a business, then just take the $6 that you've spent and go off and book one hotel room, enough kickback coming in to cover your $6. But if you can't afford $18.50 to put into a business, and you can't afford $12.50 to maintain that business, then don't do this. Okay? We don't want this to be any pressure. Okay? But if you say, I just don't know if I can do this. I like this. I mean, I can afford $18.50. I can $12.50 a month. I just don't know if I can do this. Well, then go ahead, activate your position for $12.50. Set up a $12.50 a month auto ship. In fact, if it'd be me, I would probably get Aqualite for $25 rather than the capture page and stuff for $12.50, because if you don't know, might as well get a product that can change your life, or go off and get $25 and get it on the eye. And I would get some of these products that can change your life more so than the digital stuff. But if the money is the part, I'm just going to stay as tight as I can. Well, then spend the $12.50 for the auto ship. But if you can afford $25, go ahead and get an Aqualite for $25. So, but again, if that's where you're at, then just stay. If you say, I want to own my life. I'm sick and tired of having the boss come up. And there's a knot in my stomach every Sunday night about 5 o'clock, and it doesn't go away until Friday night. And then even Saturday starts kicking in because I know I got to go back to work on Monday. I'm tired of this knot. Well, if you want to own your life, you want to get rid of that stress and that pressure in your life, then let's make a deal. Plug into our, follow our pattern, plug into our system, and commit to the products. And if you do that, we'll have some fun. We'll sift and sort and sell. If someone says, well, I just don't think this is for me. You know what? I don't overcome objections. I don't. You know why? Because people, what an objection is? An objection is a reason stuff full of lies. And so what happens is the worst thing that can happen is to expose someone's lies, because then what they do, they lie some more. So here's what I tell guys. You know what? If time and money was no object, if you got something, if you could, write your own ticket, what would change in your life? And if somebody says, well, I can't think of nothing, then for them. If they say, well, I'd like to get this, I'd like to get this, I'd like to get this, I say, well, let me ask you, can you get all that doing what you're doing anyways within the next 2 years? And if they say yes, and then, dude, go do it. Go do what you're doing, because you can get what you want doing what you're doing. But they say, no, I can't. I say, well, let me ask you, if I could help you get it, and I can't guarantee anything, obviously, but if I could help you get it, I'm willing time, my money, my resources, and my expertise to partner with you to help you get those dreams that you just talked about, would you be willing to follow our pattern? Would you be willing to plug into our system? And would you be willing to commit to spending $75 a month on products? And if they say yes, then I get them signed up on a $75 ownership. What do? I get them on 2-pack white. I get them on 1 on iodite. Okay, that's their $75. Then I teach them how to blog. I teach them how to generate organic traffic. And here's what's cool when you start to realize how cool organic traffic is. Once you've got the mechanisms, it's cool. Every day I get little notices. Hey, Jeff, you just sponsored somebody new. Hey, Jeff, you just sponsored somebody new. Hey, Jeff, you just sponsored somebody new. I don't know these people. They just went to my blog, they hit the ad, they joined for $6. Now you know what's so cool? I can pick up my phone and say, hey, Wayne, dude, you got to check this thing out. I got a deal online. It puts people in for me. I don't need to contact any of my friends or relatives. It's unbelievable. You need to check it out. Go to my blog and check it out. And people read all my blog and they share my blog and then they go ahead, hit on the on the right, they join for $6. Go check it out. So I can send them to the blog to see my blog. I don't tell them to join my company. I tell them to go to my blog and watch my blog, look at my blog, and I tell them what people do. And guess what? My friends that are looking, you know what they'll do? They'll click and spend $6. And as soon as they spend $6, takes them to the next video, talks about upgrades, spend $12.50, get activated, and they say, hey, Wayne, I seen you join. Now, did you join because you're just curious? Or, are you fired about making some money? Because, dude, I believe we can make $100,000 a month if we play our cards right doing this thing. Can you imagine what our lives would change if we could make all this kind of money? If I can help you get it, man, would you like it? And so I'm infecting them. I'm transferring my feeling to them. One guy called me up one day. He said, Jeff, you talk way too fast. You need to slow it down so we can comprehend what you're doing. Well, let me tell you, if you're so lethargic, you cannot infect people being lethargic. People will follow you because you got a dream in your heart that you're going after, and they want to follow along. Again, it's not an intellectual exchange. It's a transfer of feeling. You've got to get the feeling. Once you got the feeling, you can transfer it to other people. Okay? And if a guy says, well, I don't know if I want to spend $100 a month to change, then you will not change. Then you'll be honest with you. I tell people this. I firmly believe that frustration is birthed out of unrealistic expectations. And if someone is not willing to plug into a system that helps them become who they need to become, they'll never change the reality of who they're at today, and they will be perpetually frustrated. Because no matter what you do, you'll keep producing that which you are today because that's who you are. Your identity will determine your role. You want to change your role performance, change your identity. To do that, you got to plug into audios. You got to plug into books. You got to plug into videos. You got to plug into environments that can help you become who you need to become. So if you look at how simple this thing is, we put iClub Biz together as a company. So we got a crazy product. It's a cool product. I've got many companies that they do self-improvement stuff. They market self-improvement. They're promoting it, and they love iClub Biz. You know why? Because we legitimize what they do. Now, all of a sudden, they have no problem telling people, hey, you need to plug into our self-development company because the whole goal is we want to build an iClub Biz business, and we got to help you become who you need to become. So you plug into our self-development company so you can become who you become, so you can build your business, your iClub Biz business dreams. So what hopefully, I don't know if you guys are getting this or not, but all I do, guys, is I sift and sort, get on the phone, and sell. And if you're not willing to get on the phone and transfer your feeling to somebody else, you're not going to do anything that will last. Because you might bring in some. In fact, I got one. All he wants to do is he wants to post, stuff, capture pages. He wants to do autoresponders, but he never wants to pick up the phone and talk to anybody. He don't want to build a relationship. He just wants to get people in. And I just said, dude, here's what's going to happen. It's going to be a revolving door for you. What you're doing today, you're still going to be doing 5 years from now. Different company. Because, basically you'll go off and you put everything into it, and somebody come up with another product. About every 3 to 5 years, a new product comes up. In fact, there's a life expectancy of a product about 3 to 5 years. That's why I really don't go off and promote products, because every 3 to 5 years, that product that you promoted is done. It's kind of like I have one of my high school friends. She got in a weight loss program, so she calls me up a couple of years ago about getting in this weight loss program, and she's so fired up, blah, blah, blah. Well, she just called me up last month. She's in a skincare deal. Okay, so what happens is when you leave with products, but every 3 to 5 years, your product dies. So you got to go find something else. So what I like to do is I like to teach people, hey, let's build an end user link system. We're building a team of individuals who are cooperatively working together to create a better life through CrowdClout. The bigger our team gets, the more companies we're bringing, the more vendors we come in. But all we're doing is we're just building this team. We'll bring the products in that make sense. And again, it's kind of like I tell are you willing to spend $75 a month on products? And why do they say yes? They're willing to spend $75 a month on products? It's because they got a dream in their heart that they can't get, and they're willing to spend $75 a month on products. So I'll help them get their dream. Now, are the products worth $75? Absolutely. Okay. I mean, in fact, I had one said if I could just pick one item for $25, what would it be? It'd be the Iodine product, even though I think the Aqualyte product has probably got better health benefits. If you only can pick one product, do the Iodine. Here's why. Most people don't drink enough water. Okay? These little Aqualyte sachets, they're like a little tea bag, and you just put them in the water. Just put in the water. You let it set in the water. You shake it up. You let it set about 5 minutes, and it changes the chemical composition of the water molecules, and it helps them, basically get better absorbed into the cell membranes. Creates, basically helps your body become more alkaline. But you really need to drink water. Well, if you're not drinking enough water, then these little tea bags will just sit, sachet sit on your counter. Where this, you just take 4 droppers a day. And you can do that. I take 2 in the morning, 2 at night. I just take the dropper and I just put it in my mouth. I don't even dilute it. I just pop it. So I mean, $25. And again, a maintenance pack for me, since I drink a gallon of water a day, it's 2 of these a month. One of this a month for $75. Okay. Then we got other products too. If you want to lose some weight, we got a great fat burning product. You got a great skincare product. We got a little patch that goes on the cell phone, gets rid of I call it the dirty electricity that your phone emits. I think radiation or something like that. Again, look, the website got all this stuff. But here's my goal. My goal is to help people get their dreams. I will show you how to get your dreams by sifting and sorting using tools. And then once you've got these prospects who are now, they've already exhibit a predisposition to buy because they joined for $6. Think about this. I don't call anybody unless they've already. I don't have to talk to any prospect. If they haven't spent $6, I don't talk to them. So after they spend $6, I can talk to them, then I can infect them, and I can find out if they want to run. If they do, great, let's run. If they don't, then that's okay too. We can walk. But I always let them know you're not going to build a huge business. You're not going to change your life unless you decide to change your life. So unless you're first willing to change on the inside, it won't change on the outside. And hang with me, no problem. As long as you don't try to infect me with negative, we can hang. The minute you start to infect me with negative, then there will be a buffer, because it's like I'm not a garbage can. I'm not a guy that you can give me all your sorrows. Okay, that's not me. Okay, if you come to me and you say, I got this going on, say, stop. Okay, what can I do to help you? Okay, what can I do to help you? And if you can't think of nothing I can do to help you, you just want to whine and you just want to be a wimp. Okay, and again, if you think, well, gosh, Jeffrey, you're too hard, unless you've done everything I've done, unless you walked in my shoes, you don't know. Okay, I mean, I'm the guy that flew down to Albuquerque, New Mexico 3 times, and then fly down to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Scott, he has nobody lined up. He could have called me and said, Jeff, save the trip, but he doesn't save the trip. He's too embarrassed to save the trip, and he's not even there when I get there. I'm the guy that goes down and I fly down to Corpus Christi, Texas. Okay, and the guy who owns the trucking company, he said he got called out. This is not when I do nightclub business. This was when I was doing my other company. So when somebody come and say, Jeff, you're too rough on people. Okay, until you've done what I've done. Okay, until you have done everything I've done, you don't know. Okay, and most people, here's what happens: they don't want to be exposed. They don't want people to know, okay, that they just don't have what it takes. Okay, so don't pressure me. And again, I don't want to anybody feel I'm coming down on you. It's just that if you want me to help you, here's what it takes. You got to follow the pattern that I follow. You got to plug into the system self-development, and you commit to $75. And if you don't, no problem. And I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that I've got involved with me in iClub Biz that buy products, maybe every month, every 2 months, every 3 months. Okay, but you know what? Those I look at those as buyers. Okay, they're buying products. I love them. I appreciate them. I encourage them. But I'm looking for the builder. I look for the builders and sign up the buyers along the way. How do I do it? I sift and sort and sell. Guys, I got 7:29. I am going to keep it on. If anybody's got any questions or anything in the little chat area down below, feel free to put your chats up there. I see you got a whole bunch more people that came on board. Glad to have you guys. And I see I got some people outside the country too. I can tell by your names. And again, I'll keep this open as long as I need to. And again, if you have questions, stick them down there. And then when you put them in the little enter your question here, that hit send message, and that will come to me. And again, if you don't know how to do it, at the bottom you have a little button. Click on that. That'll open up that bottom. Let's see. Yeah, one guy says people don't like to sell. Yeah, they don't like to sell because they don't understand selling. That's what you got to realize. Don Faila's got a great book. He says, you know, the network marketing is not selling in the traditional sense of the word, because kinds of selling is you're trying to convince people to buy something they don't want, then you close them. And that's not selling. Just as long as people understand selling is a transference of a feeling, all I want to do is I'm transferring my feeling to you. That's what selling really is, and that's what professional sales is. And again, once we look at it, we're always selling. When somebody tells you they can't sell, you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to sell you that they can't sell. They're trying to transfer their feeling they can't sell to you. Okay, and here's what you got to say: you sold me. You sold me. Okay, and then see what they say. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Again, if there are no questions or comments, I will shut this thing down. Again, about 7:31. Normally I like to keep these 15, 20 minutes. I went a little bit longer tonight. Okay. No other questions. So what I'm going to do, guys, we got a couple here. Recap. The compensation plan is real simple, guys. We have a team building program. We also have Fast Start Money. So when someone joins for that $6 offer, we pay $3 to the referring person. So when they go to your website and they purchase that $6 offer, you make the $3 on that. Okay, and so it's a team building program. You can place them anywhere you want in your team, but whoever referred them gets the $3 on the Fast Start on that $6 purchase. When they upgrade and they activate and they turn on the auto ship, if they do a $12.50, if they turn on the starter pack, they do a 12-cent starter pack, that'll generate $2 to the referrer. If they buy a $25 starter pack, that generates $4. Then it also pays out 6 more levels. It goes, you know, $1 each on the, I guess, for the 25 on the second, third, fourth, fifth, and the 6th, and then there's $2 on the 7th. So that's how the Fast Start is paid out. And then the way the team building programs work, you'll place people. Here's what's cool: they join you, they go into your holding tank. You make the fast cash on them, then you can place them anywhere you want in your team. And if you place them on the left, any volume they purchase on the left, that leg, any volume, if you place people on the right, any volume they purchase in that, you know, from that position, it stays on the right. And every time you got 75 BV in each leg, you get paid $12.50, which is like a 16.67% payout. So you got fast cash. In fact, as I got a little model up for somebody, see if I can see this right. If we just took the you get 4, they get 4, and run it down through 7 levels, you've generated close to $20,000 in Fast Start money, and you've got yourself more money than you can spend on monthly just based upon a $25 monthly purchase. Excuse me, $75 monthly purchase for the builders. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, real simple team building. You got 2 teams, left team and right team. You personally sponsor as many as you want. You place them wherever you want. You make Fast Start money when they join with the $6 offer, and when they set up their starter pack, you make Fast Start money. Then you place them anywhere. That volume they generate in the team stays in the team and pays you basically 16.67%. You got to have at least $12.50 worth of sales to be active, and to be commission qualified, you got to be active on the left and active in the right. Okay, hopefully that answered your question. And again, if you got more questions down or comments, cool. And I did post some new testimonials too for the FBS. So go to your website, underneath products, look for the fat burning signals, the weight loss product, and we got a whole bunch of good testimonials. I was talking with Dave. And Dave, one of our leaders we got out in Utah, and Kareen is in his group, and you'll start looking at these pictures, and I mean, it's amazing. I mean, just the transformation. I mean, it's just amazing. So it's a great testimonials. We'll be doing the same thing with a magical facelift mask as well. Okay. And again, business-wise, just realize that the 80-20 rule always works, which means that 20%ers do 80% of the business, but that also means 80% of the people out there are buying products. We might as well go ahead and market to them. And so if you got people want, have their skin look better, they want to lose some weight, they want to get better healthy, you're going to be able to merchandise our products to them. Okay? Let's see if there's anything else here. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I got 7:35. And again, if there are any other questions, go ahead and jot them down. I'm going to be recording right now.